The capital, the time, the labor, the complexity of the technology and operations, the training, the competitive nature of business. It's a lot, and when mastered, it can be very rewarding. The path to mastery and what is required to build and maintain everything on the back end can be described as absolutely mind-blowing. And I won't go as far as saying it's impossible, because there are a select few that truly succeed. The odds are not in our favor. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and Small Business Administration, 20% of startups fail within the first year, 50% fail within 5 years, and 65% fail within 10 years. Trade businesses are even riskier, especially in capital-intensive industries like HVAC and plumbing, electrical, or construction. And while the exact odds vary by industry and region, the truth remains, starting a business is easy. Keeping it alive and profitable? No, that's where the real challenge begins. If you're a team member without financial responsibility within the organization, there are things that we all think about and hundreds of things we never even think to consider. And when I say without financial responsibility in this conversation, I'm simply referring to anyone that wouldn't be expected to help with the company's bills. Whether that be payroll or equipment or supplies or any other company expenses. In other words, the checks are only going one way, from the company's bank account to the team member's bank account, not from the team member's bank account to the company's bank account, to help out with paying someone or paying the rent or the utilities or anything else for that matter. I'm not asking for sympathy from anyone here, but I am saying we should be cautious about jumping into the conclusion of that it must be nice to be the person at the top. The life of the small business owner can be very scary at times. And sometimes it's much more attractive to just show up on time, look the part, act the part, study and train, serve customers incredibly well, and head home for the day. Because most of the time when everyone else's day is done, I found the business owner feels they're just getting started. To build a business in the trades, we must purchase trucks and vans. And to do that, we must have either maintained our credit or amassed significant resources to buy vehicles outright. And then we must be able to maintain these vehicles with oil changes and tire rotations and new tires. Money. We must wrap these vehicles. Money. And to do this, we must hire a graphic design company. Money. We'll also need to insure these vehicles. Money. And we're going to need to put some shelving in them. Money. And let's not forget about enormous amounts of fuel. Money. We're going to need roughly $10,000 to $15,000 in inventory on each vehicle. Minimum. Money. And we're going to need a great technician to drive them. Money. And we're going to try to provide great wages. Money. And a 401k plan, and health insurance, and workers' comp, and liability insurance. Money. And many techs will need tools. Money. And uniforms. Money. An iPad and software. Money. We're going to need a website. Money. And we're going to need to hire a web design company. Money. We're going to need a facility to operate from, and tables and chairs and cubicles and printers and copiers and paper and pens and folders. Money. And utilities and electric bills, water bills, snow removal, trash removal, and cleaning supplies and bathroom supplies. Money. We'll need phone lines and people to answer the phones and the answering service. Money. We'll need a CRM and software to track our customers and calls, and we'll need computers and phones and internet and Wi-Fi. Money. We'll need company manuals and marketing materials and a marketing company. We'll need SEO, we'll need Google and LSA. We'll need organic traffic and paid search. Money. And we might look to Home Advisor, Angie, Porch, Nextdoor, and Yelp, and that's more money. We might have direct mail, billboards, TV, radio, door knockers, and door hangers. Money. We'll need to register for some home shows and perhaps sponsor the local baseball, basketball, soccer, or volleyball team. Money. When we do earn some jobs, we'll need to protect ourselves with contracts, and that will require an attorney. Money. And we'll need to stand behind our work with warranties and guarantees, and we'll need to pull the proper permits. Money. Order the correct equipment. compensate our team to install it perfectly, ensure we don't overpromise, do the job right the first time with no recalls or callbacks or buy-it-backs. Money. We'll want to train on how to obtain 5-star reviews, money, and work day and night to ensure we don't get any 1-star reviews. Believe it or not, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Must be nice. There's also umbrella and liability insurance, and we're going to need a good attorney for this as well. Money. And a CPA and an accounting clerk. Money. We haven't even talked seriously about training yet. Call center training, tech training, install training, software training, sales training, mindset training, leadership training, operations training. Money. And there's the conferences and the out-of-state training, the flights, the hotels, the rental cars, the Ubers, the actual event tickets, and meal reimbursements. Money. And as Billy Mays Hayes, or the ShamWow guy would say, but wait, there's more. But we're going to need a recruitment budget. We are going to need to find the best people to represent us, to answer our phones, to drive our trucks, to wear our uniforms, and to serve our customers. We're going to be required to invest in all of that as well. The job boards, the social media posts, and someone to manage all of those things. Money. We're going to need a warehouse and a storage facility and software to track our inventory. Money. Maybe a general manager and an office manager, an install manager and a service manager, a warehouse manager and a marketing manager, and the list goes on. And I can't help but think to myself, must be nice. Well, not exactly, but it can be much more rewarding, and it can bring great joy to feel like we're building something worthwhile. It can feel like we have purpose when we mentor our team members and when we feel respected. When our team comes to work on time, shows up with a great attitude, and serves our customers better than our competitors, when that happens consistently, it can all feel worth it. But it never seems to be easy. And when I see a business owner with all of this stress, with all of this responsibility, and all of these capital requirements, decide to go all in and invest in a program like ours for an entire year for every single team member on their team, suffice it to say, I have a tremendous amount of respect for them. I admire them, and I appreciate them. And I hope that even if you hadn't thought about some of these things before, that you will now. My hope is that you'll remember that sometimes others are fighting battles we cannot even imagine. Sometimes that's our significant other. Sometimes that's our kids. Sometimes it's our customers. And sometimes it might just be our boss.